Welcome to the Deep Dive, your shortcut to being well-informed.
Great to be here.
So today we're plunging into some really intriguing stuff from Robert Greene's The 48 Laws of Power. Specifically Law 14. This is the one that suggests, act like a friend, but don't forget, you're gathering intel.
It sounds a bit calculating on the surface.
It really does. So our mission for this deep dive is pretty clear. How do you strategically get information, pull insights from people, while still seeming, approachable, maybe even unassuming?
Yeah, exactly. We're going to try and illuminate that sort of subtle art of strategic interaction, look at how making people feel safe can unlock insights.
Okay.
It's about understanding the mechanics, really, of that powerful social dynamic.
Right. So let's unpack the core idea. Law 14 is, like you said, pretty direct. Pose as a friend, work as a spy. And the fundamental insight Greene points to is that people reveal more when they feel safe. It's like creating a comfort zone.
Totally. A psychological safe space. But, okay, here's the tricky part, isn't it? How do you actually do that without coming across as insincere? Or worse, manipulative?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question.
Well, Greene actually outlines 4 specific methods in the source.
Right.
They're all geared towards creating that feeling of safety you mentioned.
Okay, what's the first one?
First, and this is probably the most important, listen more than you talk.
Okay.
And it's not just about being quiet, it's active listening. Showing you're genuinely engaged, interested. People just seem wired to share more when they feel truly heard,
Right, validated. It lowers their guard.
Exactly, it lowers their guard significantly. Makes perfect sense building that trust.
Okay, so active listening, number 1. What's next?
The second method is to ask open-ended questions. This is really potent.
How so?
Because it makes the other person feel important, like their view actually matters. When you ask something that needs more than just a yes or no, you invite them to elaborate.
Ah, I see. You flatter them a bit by showing interest in their thoughts.
Precisely. They feel valued, encouraged to speak freely, and often reveal details, maybe stuff they wouldn't normally share.
Okay, that makes sense. Making someone feel important definitely disarms them. What's method number 3?
That brings us to use flattery as a tool. Now, this isn't about being fake or laying it on thick.
Right.
It's more about genuinely acknowledging something positive, maybe their strengths, an achievement. When people feel admired, again, their guard tends to drop.
Because it taps into that need for validation we all kind of have.
Exactly. It just creates this warmer, more receptive environment. And sometimes truths, maybe unintended ones, can slip out in that space.
So less about manipulation, more about creating a positive feeling that encourages sharing naturally.
That's a good way to put it. And the final piece, the 4th method, is stay calm, stay curious.
Calm and curious.
Yeah. The point isn't necessarily to be fake, but to keep a sort of strategic composure. You're observing, you're learning. Keeping that calm front means you don't raise suspicion.
Right. So you're gathering information without setting off alarm bells.
Correct. And Greene connects it all back. Information is power. Simple as that. These 4 methods, they're the practical ways to acquire that power.
Information is power. It really makes that abstract idea feel achievable. But it does sound a bit like method acting, doesn't it? Keeping calm and curious while your brain is just, absorbing everything.
It can feel a bit like that, yeah. And this connects to another key idea from Greene. It is a mistake to appear too perfect.
Oh, interesting.
Instead, he says, appear humble while you quietly collect advantage.
Okay, so appearing humble, non-threatening, that's key to disarming people.
Absolutely crucial. It lets you kind of slip under the radar. You get access to information they might otherwise protect fiercely. You're basically leveraging their comfort for your own, let's say, strategic benefit.
Wow. Okay, so what's the takeaway here for you listening? This deep dive really shows that crafting an image, maybe one of friendliness, even humility, can be a surprisingly powerful way to get valuable information, insights in almost any interaction.
It's like building a bridge of comfort to gain access, yeah.
So here's something maybe for you to think about, a final thought. In your own life, your own interactions, how often might strategies like these be in play? Maybe used by others, or perhaps even by yourself, without even fully realizing it?
That's a great question to ponder. Just reflecting on those dynamics around you. When and how might these strategies be influencing things?
Definitely gives you a lot to chew on. This deep dive, we hope, is a useful shortcut to getting informed on a pretty powerful strategic principle. Thanks for joining us.